Hello coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got something truly exciting lined up for you. In this video, we're diving into the world of numismatics to explore 8 rare and valuable Elizabeth II coins that have the potential to fetch you a handsome sum at coin auctions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a curious eye, you won't want to miss this episode. Subscribe. Number 8. This is 1978 Elizabeth II 10 cents from Bermuda. Graded as SP67 by PCGS. A copper nickel coin featuring young bust of late Queen Elizabeth II facing right, and Bermuda lily on the reverse. An enticing superb gem with superior striking quality and immaculate preservation. It was sold for $144 on September 13, 2023. Number 7. Here is 1959 Elizabeth II dollar from Canada. Graded in mint state 65 plus by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers. Colorful blooms of pastel iridescence swell across each side, becoming more vibrant and concentrated at the borders. Shades include bright sapphire, magenta, and pinkish russet hues depending on the angle of the light. The luster is overall soft and silken, delightfully unbroken by abrasions or noteworthy friction of any worth. A truly gorgeous gem that ended up selling for $240. Number 6. Here is 1957 Elizabeth II 1 penny from Australia. Enchanting bronze pert mint beauty in PR66 red condition. A stupendous reverse-proof issue with mirrored devices smartly contrasting rich satin fields. Surface preservation is stellar, as rich copper red blends with a smooth apricot color that is particularly distinctive on the reverse. Extremely popular among Australian collectors, there are only 7 finer examples in the PCGS population report. This one was sold for $504. Number 5. An error coin from Canada. 1967 Elizabeth II dollar coin, double struck. Graded in mint state 62 by PCGS. Famed diving goose error is visible on both sides. This example offers gorgeous reflective and lustrous surfaces with light splashes of champagne, russet, and cobalt. Very attractive specimen that ended up selling for $1,920. Number 4. Here is 1985 Elizabeth II proof 5 pounds from Great Britain. Graded as PR69 Ultra Cameo by NGC. An alluring and charming representative in near flawless preservation, this 5 pounds delivers much in the way of appeal and allure. Actual gold weight is 1.177 ounces. It was sold for $2,640. Number 3. This is 1980 Elizabeth II 5 pounds from Great Britain. Graded as PR69 Ultra Cameo by NGC. According to Numista, gold weight of this coin is 9,167 ounces. Obverse side depicts second crown portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, legend around. On the reverse we see St. George slaying the dragon right with date and designer's initials in exergue. This beautiful and essentially perfect representative delivers to the eye a rich cameo contrast, with much remaining detail across the surfaces. It was sold for $3,360 on September 14, 2023. Number 2. Here is 1953 Elizabeth II gold coronation medal from Great Britain. Graded in mint state 67 by NGC. A rather interesting and scarce unofficial coronation issue, especially in this gold format. The present example offers immensely majestic fields that radiate light and offer a slight frosting. The portrait of the young queen seemingly comes alive with great relief and detail. It fetched a sum of $33,600. Number 1. And this is 2023 Royal Succession Gold 1 ounce Britannia, the very last coin struck under Queen Elizabeth II. Graded in mint state 70 by NGC. The topmost position in Sheldon's coin grading scale. As the highest denomination in this series, this coin is perhaps most coveted specimen among the Royal Succession Britannia coinage offered in this sale. It is the pinnacle of the first chapter of the Britannia series that began in 1987 and also the capstone to all coins struck in the name of Her late Majesty. It was sold for $50,000. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on the fascinating world of collecting. Hey coin collectors! Welcome back to our channel where we uncover the rarest finds in the world of collecting. Get ready to embark on a journey as we showcase 8 rare coins that command premiums at auctions. Hit that subscribe button below and let's dive in. Number 8. This is 1988 D Washington quarter in MS67 condition. According to the NGC price guide, as of October 2023, a Washington quarter from 1988 in circulated condition is worth between 30 cents and 85 cents. However, on the open market 1988 D quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $495. Examples graded MS67 and higher are scarce to rare. This MS67 gem fetched a sum of $1,645 at auction. Number 7. Here is 1988 P Roosevelt dime in MS68 condition with full bands. Full bands refers to the level of detail and definition present on the horizontal lines or bands on the torch design found on the reverse, tail side, of the dime. These bands are part of the torch that is depicted on the dime, and the term full bands is often used by coin collectors and numismatists to describe dimes where these bands are well defined and fully separated. MS68 specimens with this designation are rare and PCGS reported just 2 specimens in this elusive grade with none finer. It was sold for $1,560. Number 6. 1989 Lincoln cent struck on a 1988 P Roosevelt dime. Elusive double denomination coin. Graded in mint state 65 by NGC. According to Heritage Auctions, a 1988 P dime apparently became wedged in a crevice of a tote bin and remained there until the date changeover of the cent dies. Roosevelt gazes due north relative to the portrait of Lincoln. The profiles of both presidents are present. The dime date is complete and the dime mint mark is bold. The date is nearly complete with the right portion of the 9 absent. It was sold for $2,115. Number 5. This is 1989 P Washington quarter struck on a cent planchet. Graded in mint state 63 read by PCGS. The holder lists a weight of 2.5 grams that is consistent with a copper-coated zinc planchet. Peach-tinged copper-gold surfaces are dappled with lavender and amethyst hues. The dies were positioned perfectly to capture the date and mint mark, though all of the word Liberty is off the flan. It ended up selling for $2,280. Number 4. This is 1987 P Kennedy half dollar in MS68 condition. A blush of light golden color graces essentially perfect surfaces on each side, while the reverse adds a couple of faint lavender gold accents near the right border. It was sold for $4,112.50. Number 3. Here is 1988 Lincoln cent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 66 read by PCGS. The die doubling is most obvious on Lincoln's ear, with the lobe duplicated south of the primary ear. This is the only attributed example of the variety at PCGS in a red holder. It was sold for $3,120. Number 2. 1989 Silver Eagle. Graded as MS70 with star designation by NGC. This amazing silver eagle is housed in a John M. Mercante hand-signed NGC holder. The fields are fully mirrored, and in addition to the NGC star designation, this example is proof-like although not designated as such. Both sides are brilliant and untoned with bold design definition. It ended up selling for $7,500. Number 1. And this is 1974 S proof quarter dollar. Graded as PR70 DO Cameo by PCGS. According to the grading service, the 1974 S proof Washington quarter is fairly common. It can be obtained inexpensively just about in any condition or up to about PR69 deep cameo. Only in PR70 deep cameo is it very difficult to obtain, and any example in perfect PR70 deep cameo condition will command a significant premium. This specimen is literally the perfect coin. Liquid mirror fields contrast boldly with the strongly impressed devices to produce a memorable deep cameo effect. The present coin is simply unimprovable. It was sold for $10,925. So this wraps up today's episode. Like, share, comment and subscribe. God's will, see you in the next video. Take care. Hey everyone. Welcome back to COİN Oz. In this video I'm going to show you 4 super rare pennies that have potential of changing your financial game for good. They are worth a fortune. Hit that subscribe button below this video and let's dive in. Number 4. This is 1951 Lincoln Cent in PR67 Deep Cameo condition. Deep Cameo is a designation that is given to a proof or specially struck bullion or commemorative coin featuring stark contrast between frosty device elements and mirror-like fields. According to NGC, 1951 proofs only rarely have the satiny or semi-brilliant finish more commonly seen on 1950 proof cents. Most of this year are fully brilliant, with a modest percentage showing varying degrees of cameo contrast. Deep Cameo specimens are highly elusive. This one was sold for $70,312.50 with buyer's fee. Number 3. Here is 1914 Lincoln Cent in PR67 red condition. CAC proven superb gem. A CAC sticker, in the context of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, stands for Certified Acceptance Corporation. CAC is a third-party grading service that evaluates and certifies the quality and authenticity of coins. CAC experts examine the coins independently, looking for certain criteria that indicate exceptional quality. They pay particular attention to factors like the coin's strike, luster, surface quality, and overall eye appeal. Without the boost provided by the new Buffalo nickel of 1913, sales of minor proof sets, cents and nickels, declined in 1914. This date is somewhat scarcer than the more plentiful 1910 and 1913 cents. Fully red gems are especially elusive. This one was sold for $126,562.50 with buyer's fee. Number 2. Here is 1922 No D Wheat Penny with strong reverse. Graded in mint state 64 red by PCGS and further confirmed by CAC. According to NGC, the erosion of the obverse die, perhaps in combination with the mint mark cavity catching grease or other debris, led to the coining of numerous 1,922 dated cents at Denver that revealed no mint mark. This popular oddity is not a true variety, as the obverse die began its term normally and then deteriorated to the point that its mint mark vanished. It is actually a die state, and as such should command little attention, but early publicizing of these defective coins by Maurice Charlac and other dealers cemented its place in United States coin collecting. Examples displaying full red color are extremely rare. This red specimen ended up selling for $253,125 with buyer's fee. And here is 1955 Lincoln Cent with double die obverse. Yet another rare gem with CAC approval. Graded in mint state 65 plus red by PCGS. According to NGC, this is by far the most dramatic double die variety in United States coinage and certainly the most highly sought. It is believed to have occurred during the fall, when a severe shortage of cents drove the Philadelphia Mint to extreme measures that included working 12-hour days. An estimated 24,000 examples were coined, but this figure is merely a reconstruction that can never be proved. Examples are quite scarce in mint state, and fully red gems are very rare. The overall poor quality of 1955 P cents in general certainly contributed to the lack of high-grade survivors. Also a factor was the coin hobby's slow reaction to the desirability of this variety, which sold for a very modest premium until about 1960, when it finally took off in a big way. This rare cent ended up selling for $287,156.25 with buyer's fee. Thanks for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating and daily updating coin-related content. Take care. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious minds. Welcome back to the channel. I've got something truly extraordinary lined up just for you. In this video, I'm going to unveil 7 rare and valuable Euro coins that you probably didn't even know existed. So, whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone who's curious about the stories behind these hidden treasures, this video is for you. Hit that subscribe button below and let's dive in. Number 7. This is undated bimetallic €1 coin with 2 reverses. Graded in mint state 66 by PCGS and provided with gold shield. A lovely, lustrous example of a stateless euro. Though it has been placed in France for auction, this coin does not reference a specific country, as it depicts common European reverse design on both sides shared by all member states. An interesting conversation piece regardless. It ended up selling for $1,560. Number 6. This is 2002 commemorative proof €400 coin from Spain. Graded as PR66 Ultra Cameo by NGC. Struck to commemorate 150th anniversary of the birth of Antonio Gaudí, a prominent Spanish architect. Comes just with trivial marks. Actual gold weight is 0.86 troy ounces. It was sold for $1,527.50. Number 5. This is 2007 Monaco Grace Kelly €2 coin. Why this coin is so valuable? According to Florinus, it was the rarest €2 commemorative coin between 2007 and 2014, mintage of 20,000 pieces. This commemorative coin was one of the main catalysts that were behind the rise of value in rare €2 coins. The coin appeared in circulation to commemorate the famous Princess of Monaco Grace Kelly in 2007. Around a decade ago, coin collectors purchased these coins for €120. Now the value of this coin stretches to €5,000 and beyond. Currently it is showcased for €3,899.95, which makes nearly $4,085.53 in US dollars. Number 4. Another error euro cent. A mule coin from Vatican. Extreme rare mint error with 2 reverses featuring the 20 cent on the obverse and 50 cent on the reverse. It was graded as MS64 by Annex. It show minor imperfections, but overall it is fully lustrous. It was sold for $2,875. Number 3, this is 2015 commemorative gold €200 coin from Vatican City. Uncirculated but ungraded coin featuring Pope Francis at prayer on obverse and allegory of prudence or wisdom on reverse. Weight of this non-circulating gold piece is 40 grams, and diameter 38.5 millimeters. Out of mintage of 499 pieces. It was sold for $3,120. Number 2, this 2019 gold €500 from France. Graded as PR70 Ultra Cameo by NGC. This commemorative piece is just one of 50 struck overall. Issued to honor the Mona Lisa, the pride of the Louvre. Includes box of issue and certificate of authenticity number 40. Serial number is also etched on the rim at 6 o'clock as 4050. Actual gold weight is 5 ounces. Coin is free of tone, haze or fog according to Stax Bowers. It was sold for $10,200. Number 1. And this is 2008 French Presidency of the European Union €100 coin from France. According to Heritage, an exemplary and expansive gold issue commemorating the assumption of France to the presidency of the EU in the second semester of 2008, with Nicolas Sarkozy becoming president in office of the European Council. Europa's iconic visage, executed in absolute pinpoint fashion, acts as an apotropaic device, bestowing her blessing upon this transition in power. Blinding flash whips the flan into shape, a festival of light that breaks free upon the pure frost of the devices. It was sold for $10,800. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Welcome to another episode featuring highly elusive pinnacles of modern US coinage. In this video we are going to look into 4 super rare Washington quarters that are worth money. So without further ado, let's dive in. Subscribe. Number 4. This is 1976 D bicentennial quarter dollar with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 66 by PCGS. Die doubling is seen on Liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and to some extent on the date. Collectors and numismatists often find double die error coins fascinating, and they can be quite valuable, depending on their condition and rarity. The 1976 D25C double die obverse quarter is considered a relatively scarce error, and its value can vary significantly depending on factors such as the severity of the doubling, the overall condition of the coin. If you have a 1976 D25C double die obverse quarter, it is essential to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service to determine its value accurately. This error quarter dollar ended up selling for $8,400. Number 3. Here is 1932 D Washington quarter in MS65 condition. The Washington design was introduced on the quarter in 1932 and the Denver Mint struck a small production of 436,800 pieces of the new design, making the issue an elusive key in this popular series. According to Heritage Auctions, this spectacular gem displays sharply detailed design elements and lustrous, well-preserved surfaces, with outstanding eye appeal. PCGS has graded only 2 numerically finer examples. This one was sold for $11,400. Number 2. This is 1934 D quarter dollar with medium motto. Graded in mint state 67 by PCGS. A CAC label further cements the desirability of this coin in a technical sense, but no number can describe its qualitative beauty. Pale blue and pastel yellow tints wash over silver base surfaces. The obverse also has intermittent specks of orange and reddish brown, most visibly at the upper and lower right rims. A couple of tiny, shallow reed marks at Washington's lower neck attract notice only because the rest of the coin is so extraordinarily clean. It was sold for $14,100. Number 1. And here is attractively toned 1941 Washington quarter in MS68 condition. Enchanting superb gem backed up by a CAC green label testifying to its outstanding eye appeal. Deep reddish brown, orange, and gold peripheral toning seeds to intensely lustrous yet subtly frosted silver centers. While the design features are a tad short of a full strike, most of Washington's hair and the eagle's breast feathers are well defined. Both sides are immaculately preserved. It was sold for $18,800. Thanks for watching this episode. Have a good one. Hello, dear coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to our numismatic channel. In this relatively short video, I'm going to familiarize you with 4 incredibly rare US coins that command strong premiums at auctions. So hit that subscribe button below, and let's dive in. Number 4. This is 1965 Roosevelt dime struck on a 90% silver planchet. Graded in mint state 62 by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, facing a coin shortage and a rising price for silver, the US Mint switched to a clad composition in 1965. But there remained a large inventory of silver dime planchets, which were coined in due course, backdated 1964. The lustrous and lightly toned surfaces resemble that of a typical uncirculated clad dime, except the edge lacks telltale red stripe characteristic of the modern alloy. It was sold for $9,000. Number 3. This is 1952 D Washington quarter with splendid toning. Graded in mint state 67 plus by PCGS and later confirmed by CAC. Totally original, clearly a coin that was from an original 1952 mint set, and carefully preserved. Fully lustrous, the obverse offers some interesting, almost proof-like reflection in the fields. According to Legend Rare Coin Auctions, the obverse clearly sat against the holder, which imparted a wonderful, Easter egg pastel patina over the bright, silver surfaces. Washington's portrait stands out, almost in 3D relief with exceptionally sharp definition. Likewise, the eagle is crisply defined. The surfaces are satin smooth and devoid of any kind of impairment, totally pristine. It was sold for $21,150. Number 2. Here is 1916 Buffalo nickel with double die obverse. Graded as AU50 by PCGS. Extremely clean surfaces dominate this piece. Only when using a strong glass could we find a small hidden tick on the cheek. There is a natural light luster beneath the totally original deep nickel toning. All of the details exhibit light original wear. You do not need a glass to see the double date. The eye appeal is superb for an AU50 coin. It ended up selling for $25,850. Number 1. And this is famous 2000p Sacagawea dollar, Washington statehood quarter mule. One of only about a dozen examples known according to Stax Bowers. Graded in mint state 67 by NGC. The definition of a mule is the pairing of two dies not intended to be used together. For this reason, mules are extremely rare and highly sought after. This coin is die pair 1, die crack from rim through F in on the Sacagawea dollar side. A fully brilliant and highly lustrous superb gem Sacagawea golden dollar, Washington statehood quarter mule, the obverse of the quarter mated with the reverse of the Sacagawea dollar in an undated marriage from the year 2000, the year in which the first of these rare mules was discovered, as well as the first date in the Sacagawea dollar series. Rich and lively cartwheels cascade across the satiny surface, and beautiful rose and orange iridescence engages both sides. This true rarity fetched a sum of $158,625 at auction. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you found this information helpful. If you did, then please consider hitting like and subscribe buttons below. Have a good one. Hey everyone. Welcome back to our channel. In this episode, I'm going to share 8 rare US coins that you should not spend. These coins are worth big money, so if you have any of them in your collection, be sure to hold on to them. Subscribe. Number 8. 1977 S-Proof Lincoln Cent. Graded as PR70 Deep Cameo by PCGS. PR70 is highest achievable grade for a proof coin and indicates that it is absolutely perfect coin with immaculate preservation and striking level and outstanding eye appeal. PCGS reports overall 62 proof cents with deep cameo designation in this high-end grade. This specimen was sold for $1,440. Number 7. This is 1944 D Washington quarter in mint state 67. According to NGC, the 1944 D quarter dollar is among the more appealing issues in the Silver Washington series. Typical of Denver Mint coins from this period, most examples are well struck from fresh or moderately worn dies, displaying excellent luster. NGC certified 487 specimens in this grade with only 6 numerically finer. It was sold for $1,680 on October 23, 2023. Number 6. Here is 1951 proof Franklin half dollar. Graded as PR65 Cameo by PCGS. The Philadelphia Mint struck a modest mintage of 57,500 proof Franklin half dollars for collectors in 1951. Unfortunately, most of the coins have shallow mirrors and examples with ultra cameo contrast are elusive. Also, the mint cellophane packaging was not suitable for long-term storage and many survivors show excessive hairlines in the fields. This spectacular superb gem fetched a sum of $2,160 on October 23, 2023. Number 5. This is 1920 D Buffalo nickel in MS64 condition. According to NGC, the annual mintage of nickels at Denver during the years 1917-20 was fairly consistent, though most of the 1920 D nickels would sit idle in vaults for the next several years. A nasty recession began in the latter months of 1920, eliminating the need for further coining of nickels for the Midwest region until 1924. This issue is not truly rare in mint state, but the quality of most pieces is disappointing. Poor strikes from worn and cracked dies are the norm, and this has greatly limited the number of gems certified. This MS64 specimen ended up selling for $2,880. Number 4. 1976 S Jefferson nickel struck on a cent planchet. Graded as PR68 Red Ultra Cameo by NGC. According to Heritage Auctions, this piece is remarkably sharp in the centers considering the undersized planchet, and the strike is well centered with at least portions of all peripheral legends readable. The coin is stunning in its preservation. Starkly contrast, frosty devices complement liquid-like fields amid carbon-free pumpkin orange color. It was sold for $4,080. Number 3. This is 1974 S Eisenhower dollar in PR70 deep cameo condition. A magnificent, technically perfect example of this popular clad issue, this coin is fully struck, with richly frosted design elements that contrast profoundly with the deeply mirrored fields. Overall eye appeal is terrific. It was sold for $6,900. Number 2. This is 1975 Lincoln Cent in MS68 condition. According to PCGS, anything grading higher than MS67 condition is considered rare. Grading Service reports only 4 specimens, including this cent, in MS68 condition with none finer. The surfaces are flawless, as expected, and display rich fire orange color. 2 specks of carbon are noted, 1 on each side. It was sold for $9,000. Number 1. 1976 S Bicentennial Quarter in MS69 condition. Even under magnification, the exquisite preservation of this modern silver-clad piece is highly impressive. The subtlest hints of champagne patina are seen over the obverse, while the reverse is essentially untoned. Though the net mintage for the 1976 S silver-clad business strike is speculative, its rarity in MS69 is undeniable. PCGS certified 6 specimens in this graded with none finer. This one was sold for $19,200. Thanks for watching this video. Keep following us on YouTube, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and like buttons before you move on with another video. Have a nice day. Welcome back, coin enthusiasts, to another exciting episode of Coin Oz. Today, we're diving into the captivating world of numismatics to uncover 5 rare coins that were struck in 1964 and are now worth an absolute fortune. Trust us, you won't believe the values attached to these incredible pieces of history. So, hit that subscribe button below, and let's embark on this thrilling journey together. Number 5. This is 1964 Roosevelt dime from Special Mint Set. Otherwise known as SMS dime. Graded as SP66 by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, a razor-sharp satin finish premium gem example of the 1964 SMS dime. Special Mint sets were issued in place of proof sets from 1965 to 1967. However, in the 1990s, a number of 5-coin sets from 1964 surfaced with similar finishes. All coins from these sets are rare. This premium gem SMS dime displays razor-sharp detail and a dusting of champagne lavender toning with no surface abrasions. Eye appeal is outstanding. It was sold for $10,200. Number 4. This is 1964 Lincoln cent from Special Mint Set. The circumstances surrounding the production of these 1964 Special Mint Set cents is shrouded in mystery. It is believed they were possibly produced as prototypes for the SMS coins that were eventually struck in 1965 through 1967. David Longy has speculated, these pieces were probably coined at the Philadelphia Mint in the summer or fall of 1965, at which time the 1964 date was still in use by authority of the Act of September 3, 1964. He also allows for the possibility that they were struck at the San Francisco Mint. We know that the 20 to 50 coins extant, no one really knows how many were made, were acquired by Lester Merkin from the estate of former Mint director Eva Adams and first offered publicly in 1993. Even today, auction appearances for the 1964 SMS cent are rare. Number 3. 1964 Jefferson nickel from Special Mint Set. Graded as SP68 with full steps by PCGS. A phenomenal absolute and condition rarity worthy of inclusion in the finest Jefferson nickel set. Satiny surfaces are silky smooth in texture and lightly toned in gorgeous champagne gold. Fully struck, and simply a delight to behold. Exactly how many prototype 1964 SMS Jefferson nickels were produced is not known with certainty as no records were kept regarding this coinage. This rare specimen was sold for $31,200. Number 2. This is attractively toned 1964 D Washington quarter. Graded as MS68 by PCGS. And proven by CAC. According to Stax Bowers, vivid multicolored toning has a slightly mottled distribution over both sides of this frosty and essentially pristine example. Shades of orange copper, salmon pink, sea green and antique gold are all in evidence very attractive. At 704,135,528 coins struck, the 1964 D has the highest mintage in the Washington Quarter series up to that point in time. It was sold for $38,400. Number 1. And this is 1964 Kennedy half dollar from Special Mint Set. Graded as SP67 by PCGS. Certified by PCGS as a 1964 SMS Kennedy half dollar, this coin represents the rarest issue by far in the series. There has been much debate regarding whether or not these coins were originally issued in special sets, since they were never in any form of special mint packaging, and official Special Mint sets were not issued until 1965. Sets of 1964 coins, including special strikes of the cent through half dollar, first began appearing in Stax sales in the early 1990s. The 1964 SMS Kennedy half dollar is struck on a 90% silver planchet, from a single pair of dies, showing much sharper detail than the regular issue and having a satiny surface texture. Die markers include, on the obverse, a tiny apostrophe-shaped lump of extra metal protruding from the bottom edge of the crosslet of the 4 in the date. This utmost rarity ended up selling for $108,000. So this wraps up today's episode. Like, share, comment and subscribe. God's will, see you in the next video. Take care. Hello dear viewers. In today's video we are going to talk about 7 highly sought after US coins you should not spend, mostly coins from 1970s. So without further ado, let's get started. Subscribe. Number 7. 1972 S Washington Quarter double struck on a cent planchet. Graded as PR66 red by NGC. Collar die did not fully deploy during the striking, making coin expand into irregular shape. In God we trust. The date and the mint mark is crisply struck, but the liberty is almost totally absent due to planchet size difference. This elusive error coin weighing 3.2 grams ended up selling for $9,600. Number 6. 1970 D. Kennedy half dollar. Graded in mint state 67 by NGC. According to Coin Grading Service, this issue still carries a somewhat more modest premium today. This date was poorly made for the most part, the dies appearing a bit indistinct when new and then being used entirely too long. Gems are not rare, but the certified population grading higher than MS65 is rather limited. This MS67 specimen ended up selling for $9,843.75 with buyer's fee. Number 5. 1974 S. Washington Quarter. Elusive specimen in PR70 Ultimate grade with deep cameo feature. From a proof mintage of 2.6 million pieces, this specimen is literally the perfect coin. Liquid mirror fields contrast boldly with the strongly impressed devices to produce a memorable deep cameo effect. Simply unimprovable. It was sold for $9,200. Number 4. 1970 S. Lincoln Cent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 65 read by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, at one point this variety was thought to be just as rare as the 1969 S double die, although today's certified population figures suggest it is marginally more plentiful, albeit still scarce in any grade. Strong doubling is most prominent throughout In God We Trust and Liberty, but is also visible on the date. We have seen only a few full red examples of this variety in recent years. This gem red example displays sharp definition and satiny copper red mint luster. The coin is devoid of carbon spotting, and only a few microscopic surface marks are evident. The CAC endorsement is well earned. It was sold for $9,600. Number 3. Bicentennial Silver Eisenhower Dollar. Graded in mint state 69 by PCGS. The silver 1976 S bicentennial dollar is widely available in certified capacity, although these coins largely reside in the MS66 and MS67 grade range, with the population dropping off sharply in MS68. This is in contrast to some clad issues in the series that are readily available even in MS69. The 1976 S silver issue is a major rarity in MS69. This rare specimen fetched a sum of $18,600. Number 2. And this is 1972 Lincoln Cent with double die obverse. Graded in mint state 67 plus read by PCGS. The Cherry Picker's Guide lists 9 different varieties of double die obverse 1972 cents, but FS 101 is the guidebook variety most in demand by collectors. The obverse legends exhibit a spread that approaches the famous 1955 FS 101. The present crisply struck superb gem offers booming luster and unabraded orange-red surfaces. It ended up selling for $14,400. Number 1. 1943 S Walking Liberty half dollar struck on a Peruvian half-sol planchet. Graded in mint state 63 by NGC. According to Heritage Auctions, the present coin is ranked number 49 in the 2010 edition of 100 Greatest U.S. Error Coins, where it is noted that only 2 Walking Liberty half dollars are known struck on foreign planchets. In 1943, the U.S. Mint struck various denominations for Peru, including the brass half-sol at San Francisco. Somehow, the planchet made it between half-dollar dies. The satiny sun gold and rose red surfaces are unabraded but display minor carbon. FS 101 exhibits die doubling on In God We Trust and the Sun's Rays. It was sold for $21,150. Thanks for watching this video. Like, share and leave a comment. God's will, see you in the next episode. Hey dear coin collectors and numismatic enthusiasts. In this relatively short video, we are going to show you 4 highly elusive and valuable error coins sold at different auctions. Smash that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 4. 1943 S Jefferson nickel struck on a zinc-coated steel cent planchet. Graded as AU55 by NGC. AU stands for about uncirculated as for Sheldon coin grading scale. An interesting mistake occurred at the mint. According to Stax Bowers, someone placed a 1943 steel planchet, intended for a cent, into the nickel hopper. The result, a 1943 S nickel struck on a 1-cent planchet. Deep steel gray surfaces with light wear. It was sold for $4,112.50. Number 3. 1976 Bicentennial Washington quarter struck 5 times. Graded as PF67 by NGC. All but the first impression are off-center, portions of the design on both sides of the coin being present up to 5 times. The mint mark areas are not discernible, but a uniformly brilliant proof finish attributes this dramatic error to the San Francisco Mint. 2 nearly complete date areas are discernible on the obverse. Major mint errors of any kind are very rare on proof coins, such issues usually being handling with the utmost care and security by mint personnel. It was sold for $6,037.50. Number 2. Yet another bicentennial proof quarter. This one struck over 1967 Roosevelt dime. Graded as PR67 by NGC. According to Heritage Auctions, this nearly egg-shaped wrong denomination mint error exhibits much of the undertype on the quarter obverse. Liberty and In God We Trust from the dime are readable, and the 1967 date is faintly apparent within Washington's hair. A ghostly outline of Roosevelt's head is inverted relative to Washington. The quarter date and mint mark are bold. Struck flush against the collar die at 5 o'clock. Some quarter legends are partially or completely off the flan, including Liberty, United, and Quarter Dollar. It ended up selling for $15,000. Number 1. 1944 D. Lincoln cent struck on a zinc-plated steel planchet. Graded in mint state 62 by PCGS. Weighing 2.81 grams, this coin displays deep steel gray surfaces with marginally lighter high points. Low magnification reveals a small patch of light roughness around Lincoln's forehead and at trust, a trivial matter given the strong rarity of the issue, and probably the cause of its mint state 62 ranking. No doubt struck early in 1944, in Denver, when the steel blanks of 1943 were being ushered out of the system to make way for the 1944 cent. It is presumed that a small number of steel zinc planchets were stuck in the press hoppers or tote bins. It ended up selling for $96,937.50. That's all, folks. If you'd like to delve deeper into the world of US coins, feel free to explore our other videos available on our YouTube main page. We appreciate your support, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future content. Thanks, and God's will, until next time. Hey there fellow coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we've got something truly special in store for you. We're diving deep into the world of numismatics to unveil a collection of 8 highly sought after coins that command strong premiums at auctions. Hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 8. 1964 D. Roosevelt dime. Graded in mint state 67 full bands by PCGS. Dominant charcoal copper obverse toning yields to splashes of more vivid gold, blue and pink iridescence toward the lower right border. Untoned on the reverse, with smooth surfaces and billowy mint frost throughout. It was sold for $920. Number 7. 1981 S. Susan B. Anthony dollar. Graded as PR70 Deep Cameo by PCGS. According to David Hall, all proof Susan B. Anthony dollars are deep cameo. The few non-deep cameos on the PCGS population report are holdovers from the time before PCGS began designating decam on Susan B. Anthony dollars. This PR70 gem displays brilliant, sharply contrasted surfaces, and it was sold for $1,273.05. Number 6. 1969 D. Kennedy half dollar. Graded as MS67 by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, a glowing ring of amber, magenta, and olive hues saturates the obverse border, encircling the otherwise platinum white surfaces. The luster is rich and frosty across each side, showcasing exceptional preservation and contributing to superior eye appeal. It was sold for $2,640. Number 5. 1926 D. Lincoln cent. Graded as MS65 red by PCGS. Delightful medium orange surfaces with a tinge of pinkish rose evident at isolated viewing angles. This conditionally scarce 1926 D cent is sharply struck with full mint bloom and an overall smooth appearance. It was sold for $3,290. Number 4. 1914 D. Lincoln cent. Graded as MS64 red by PCGS. A well-struck example of this key date, with vibrant mint luster and nicely preserved surfaces. Scattered carbon flecks and streaks on each side keep this otherwise appealing piece from a gem holder. It ended up selling for $4,406.25. Number 3. 1987 P. Kennedy half dollar. Graded as MS68 by NGC. Intense satin luster shines forth powerfully from both sides of this essentially pristine superb gem. The 1987 P is a common issue in an absolute sense, as are all Kennedy half dollars from the 1980s. The present example, however, is free of the poor striking quality and heavily abraded surfaces that are the norm for mint state coins. It ended up selling for $4,800. Number 2. 1925 D. Lincoln cent. Graded as MS66 red by NGC. According to Stax Bowers, free of significant blemishes, and an obvious find for the quality-conscious Lincoln cent enthusiast. The reverse in particular is lovely, struck from a fresh die. The obverse on the other hand shows minor die degradation, notable at the tops of In God We Trust where the lettering extends towards the rims. It was sold for $21,600. Number 1. 1947 Washington quarter. Graded as MS68 by PCGS. Halos of lovely pinkish apricot and champagne gold iridescence ring the peripheries and frame essentially brilliant centers. This is a beautiful coin, and also an exceptionally well-preserved one. Extraordinary quality and eye appeal for the advanced set registry collector. It ended up selling for $32,400. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're delving into a fascinating topic, 7 coins that are worth a lot of money in today's market. Be sure to hit that subscribe button below as we embark on this intriguing numismatic journey. Number 7. 1958 Washington quarter. Graded as MS68 by NGC. According to Heritage Auctions, the Philadelphia Mint struck a relatively small mintage of 6.3 million Washington quarters in 1958. The issue can be located in lower mint state grades without much difficulty, but examples in MS68 are prime condition rarities. This spectacular MS68 example exhibits sharply detailed design elements and virtually flawless brilliant surfaces, with vibrant mint luster and outstanding eye appeal. It was sold for $1,080. Number 6. 1943 Lincoln cent struck on a silver dime planchet. Graded as AU55 by PCGS. According to Stax Bowers, quite an attractive example of this popular World War II error that exhibits brazen rotating luster in the fields punctuated by patches of mottled amber, sandy russet, and cobalt blue tone hugging the devices. In the haste of wartime production, a stray 90% silver planchet intended for dime coinage managed to find itself in the striking chamber intended for steel Lincoln cents, producing this sensational mistake. Lightly struck, as is expected for the error, with pressure lacking between the dies due to the smaller flan. Brought to fame by the famous 1943 bronze cents, off-planchet 1943 pieces are an especially popular microcosm of error collecting and frequently available because of lower wartime production standards. This error coin was sold for $3,000. Number 5. 1953 S. Jefferson nickel in MS65 plus full steps. The 1953 S is one of the most difficult issues in the Jefferson nickel series to acquire in full steps, with only 29 such coins reported at PCGS in all grades. This plus designated gem displays sharp delineation of the steps on Monticello, while the remainder of the coin shows the typical softness associated with the die erosion of this issue. Delicate champagne color accents each side. No major abrasions are seen. It was sold for $6,300. Number 4. 1943 S. Mercury dime. Graded as MS68 full bands by PCGS. Remarkable cherry red, peach, lemon, and green patina encompasses this fully struck and pristine superb gem. Though the 1943 S is common in typical uncirculated grades, the eye appeal of the present piece is unsurpassable. This specimen was sold for $9,000. Number 3. 1958 D. Franklin half dollar. Graded as MS67 plus full bell lines. This is a coin that really needs to be seen to be fully appreciated. The toning that adorns both sides is so vivid and striking. The colors include, but are limited to, salmon pink, antique gold, bright olive and burnt orange. All are iridescent in quality and allow full mint frost to shine forth powerfully as the surfaces rotate under a light. Fully struck and as smooth as the day it emerged from the dies, this glorious superb gem was sold for $22,700. Number 2. 1968 No. S. Roosevelt dime. Graded as PR 68 by NGC. In 1968, when proof U.S. coinage returned after a 3-year hiatus, production was switched from Philadelphia to San Francisco. In accordance with the new mint mark regulations, an S was supposed to be placed on every obverse proof die, but it did not take long for the first slip-up to occur, and a small number of proof dimes were struck without the S mint mark and released to the public in proof sets. The surfaces are faintly gold-toned with a hint of obverse contrast. This specimen was sold for $24,000. Number 1. 1950 D Washington quarter. Graded as MS67 by PCGS. The curve of the undermint mark S is visible at the top left and top side of the subsequent D, one of several fun cherry pickers varieties known for this issue. The surfaces are silvery throughout both sides, with just a light blush of toning, thorough luster, and excellent eye appeal. As demanded of the grade, there are no singular marks anywhere, and the strike is as sharp as ever seen on the issue. This nice example ended up selling for $29,375. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Your likes, comments and subscriptions are highly appreciated. Stay well and see you in the next episode. Hey coin collectors! Welcome back to our numismatic channel. In this video we are going to talk about 4 rare Lincoln cents that fetch pretty large sums at coin auctions. Hit that subscribe button below and let's dive in. Number 4. 1935 Lincoln cent in MS68 red condition. According to Heritage Auctions, a conditionally rare example of this otherwise plentiful Philadelphia issue, showing luminous satin surfaces and warm copper gold luster. The strike is bold, and there is minimal evidence of die erosion. Barely more than 2 dozen coins are known in this red grade with none numerically finer. Sold on November 17, 2023 for $4,800. Number 3. 1944 steel Lincoln cent. Transitional alloy rarity. Coin was scratched on reverse so NGC assigned about uncirculated details. The 1943 dated steel cent is a single-year type, but a few steel planchets from that year became mixed in with bronze planchets during 1944. Zinc-plated steel planchets, identical to those struck on 1943 cents, were also used to coin 25 million 2-franc pieces for German-occupied Belgium, and some of those planchets apparently found their way between 1944 Lincoln cent dies. PCGS estimates 25 to 30 1944 Philadelphia steel cents exist. The present silver gray example exhibits virtually complete design definition, but the surfaces are microgranular, and a vertical test mark is noted west of the O in 1. It was sold for $11,100 on November 16, 2023. Number 2. 1969 S Lincoln cent with double die obverse. Graded as MS63 red and brown by PCGS. The 1969 S double die obverse cent is certainly one of, if not the most well-known and sought-after modern U.S. coinage varieties. It seems even the public is aware of its existence and actively searches for these coins in their pocket change. Unfortunately, only a few dozen examples have been found to date. This is a phenomenal select uncirculated representative with the telltale doubling on the date, Liberty, and In God We Trust. Golden brown and brick red tones dominate each side. Small carbon spots and abrasions are scattered about, as expected, and a splash of gunmetal color occurs at the lower right reverse. It was sold for $26,400. Number 1. 1911 D Lincoln cent in MS67 red condition. According to Stax Bowers, a nearly flawless example boasting uniform golden apricot coloration across each side. Rich, matte-like luster blankets the fields, creating a lightly proof-like complexion across the reverse. Remarkably sharp for the issue and immensely attractive to examine in hand. A microscopic mint-made planchet flaw below the M of America is the only discernible pedigree marker. It ended up selling for $42,000. Hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more captivating content about rare coins, fascinating stories, and timeless treasures. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with fellow coin enthusiasts. Hey there, coin enthusiasts! Welcome back to Coin Oz. Today we are delving into the world of numismatics to uncover 4 highly elusive error coins that could be hiding in your collection, potentially worth big bucks. So hit that subscribe button below and let's get started. Number 4. 1943 Lincoln cent struck on a silver dime planchet. Graded as AU50 by PCGS. According to Stack's Bowers, an attractive and inviting example of a particularly popular wrong planchet error that exhibits mottled copper russet overtones to otherwise antique silver gray surfaces. Direct lighting calls forth faint traces of mint luster. In the haste of wartime production, a stray 90% silver planchet intended for dime coinage managed to find itself in the striking chamber intended for zinc-coated steel Lincoln cents, producing this sensational mistake. Lightly struck or otherwise missing design detail in areas, as is expected for the error, with pressure lacking between the dies due to the smaller flan. It was sold for $3,600. Number 3. 2002 D Sacagawea dollar struck on a quarter planchet. Graded as MS66 by PCGS. This lustrous error coin weighs 5.6 grams. An interesting wrong planchet error created when a standard planchet for quarter got fed between Sacagawea dollar dies, this one produced at the Denver Mint. Visually striking for both the quality and the obviously incorrect composition. Well centered on the slightly smaller quarter blank, with good detail and narrow rims complete around the circumference on each side. Fully brilliant with exceptional cartwheels of luster and only the most trivial handling. It was sold for $5,280. Number 2. 1965 Roosevelt dime struck on a 90% silver planchet. Graded as AU55 by NGC. This is one of the most popular wrong planchet errors in today's market, a transitional one that involves a 90% planchet that the Mint ceased using for regular issue dime production in 1964 with 1,965 dated dies from the first year of regular issue copper nickel-clad coinage. Otherwise properly struck, although accuracy does compel us to mention trivial softness of detail along the left obverse and upper reverse borders. It ended up selling for $5,520. Number 1. 1983 Lincoln cent struck on a copper cent planchet. Graded as MS63 red and brown by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, in many ways, this tantalizing mint error is similar to the 1943 cent struck on bronze instead of zinc-coated steel. Apparently, a small number of copper/zinc planchets were struck in 1983 instead of the mandated copper-plated zinc planchets, which weigh only 2.5 grams. This MS63 example is nice with generous amounts of red on both sides and purple-brown accents on the high points. It was sold for $18,800. And there you have it, folks, 4 rare and valuable error coins that could be lurking in your collection. Who would have thought that small imperfections could lead to such big bucks? If you enjoyed this exploration into the world of numismatic treasures, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're delving into a fascinating topic, 7 rare coins that are worth a lot of money in today's market. Be sure to hit that subscribe button below as we embark on this intriguing numismatic journey. Number 7. This is 1969 D Lincoln cent in mint state 65 red. Although uncirculated, it's not the high-end grade, or condition rarity for the issue. So what makes this cent so valuable then? It's highly elusive coin because of missing initials of the engraver on the reverse, to the right of memorial. Otherwise called no FG cent. This error cent was sold for $505.25. Number 6. This is 1956 D Jefferson nickel in mint state 67. Elusive 5-cent piece with 5 full steps according to NGC. The 1956 D poses a challenge for advanced registry collectors, as full steps examples are scarce, and they are rare and high grade. The present coin is the sole finest example at NGC, and it is rivaled only by one other coin in this grade at PCGS. Delicate champagne toning complements satiny luster and sharply struck design elements. It was sold for $1,440. Number 5. Here is 2002's proof Roosevelt dime with reverse die cap. Graded as PR67 Ultra Cameo by NGC. A fascinating error, and one of the rarest die caps showcased at Stack's Bowers. The reverse impression is razor sharp within the base of a shallow cap, the planchet freeing itself, or being removed, from the reverse die after only a few additional impressions, likely 1 or 2. The other side of this cap also exhibits a razor sharp strike, from the obverse die. Both sides are brilliant with deeply reflective fields supporting frosty design elements. It was sold for $3,360. Number 4. This is 1942 Lincoln cent in PR66 condition. Very nicely impressed and kept proof penny with ultra cameo contrast. According to NGC, 1942 was the final year in which proof coins could be ordered as singles, and sales of the cent outpaced complete proof sets by more than 10,000 pieces. This is the more readily available of the 1936-42 issues in top grades, and it is also the one most likely to be seen with varying degrees of cameo contrast. This one was sold for $4,387.50 with buyer's fee. Number 3. This is 1970 D Washington quarter in MS68 Plus condition. Attractively toned modern rarity in that fine grade. The grade MS68 Plus stands for Mint State 68 Plus, which is a high-grade designation for coins. Mint State grades refer to coins that have never been in circulation, meaning they are in the same condition as when they left the mint. The numerical grade scale typically ranges from 1 to 70, with MS68 Plus being an exceptional grade. Coins in this condition are considered nearly flawless, with only very minor imperfections visible under magnification. This specimen fetched a sum of $9,281.25 with buyer's fee at auction. Number 2. And this is 1968 No. S. Roosevelt dime in PR68 condition. Standard practice was to place the mint mark on the reverse of branch mint coins until 1964, with only a few exceptions. However, beginning in 1968, mint marks were moved to the obverse, usually near the date. In 1968 and a few again in various later years, the S mint mark was left off of proof dies. The key is that those were proof-only issues that were sold as part of complete proof sets. There have probably been instances of mint marks left off of business strike dies, but how would you know? The first No. S proof coins were the dimes of 1968. This highly sought-after specimen was bargained for $35,250. Number 1. And this is 1915 Lincoln cent in PR67 red condition. According to NGC, this date is one in which sharply struck currency coins are often mistaken for proofs. A touch-up of the obverse master hub resulted in greater detail than seen in earlier Lincoln cents, and a circulation strike from fresh dies is nearly equal to a proof. Despite this improvement, sales of proof cents continued to slide, and fully red gems of this date are very rare. NGC certified just 5 specimens in this grade with none finer. It was sold for $132,187.50 with buyer's fee. Thanks for watching this video. Consider subscribing to our channel for more captivating numismatic content. Have a good one. Hey there coin collectors and enthusiasts. Get ready for an exciting dive into the world of numismatics. In today's video, we'll be unraveling the hidden treasures of 4 rare Roosevelt dimes that could be lurking in your collection. Stay tuned as we uncover the stories behind these valuable coins, and you might be surprised to find out what's worth more than its face value. Let's jump into the fascinating realm of rare Roosevelt dimes and explore the unexpected wealth they might hold. Subscribe. Number 4. 1953 S Roosevelt dime. Graded in Mint State 68 by PCGS. Spectacular cherry red, lemon gold, forest green, and powder blue toning encompasses this lustrous and essentially immaculate representative. Encapsulated in an old green label holder, and likely the first 53S dime to attain the MS68 level at PCGS, according to Heritage Auctions. This vibrant multicolor toned 10-cent piece ended up selling for $4,230. Number 3. Vividly toned 1947 S Roosevelt dime. Graded in Mint State 68 full bands by PCGS. Cobalt blue patination dominates both sides of this S mint dime, yielding to silver in the center of the reverse. The photo of this coin is accurate. Yes, it really is that blue. The design elements are sharply struck, including full separation of the reverse bands. An immaculately preserved specimen, as expected from the grade. Number 2. 1967 Roosevelt dime from Special Mint Set. Graded in Mint State 68 deep cameo by PCGS. A stunning white on black appearance greets the viewer of this superb deep cameo. Crisp detail is seen in Roosevelt's hair and the vertical lines and bands of the torch. Untoned surfaces are virtually pristine. It was sold for $9,987.50. Number 1. 1951 proof Roosevelt dime. Graded as PR68 plus Deep Cameo by PCGS. Only 57,500 proof sets were issued in 1951, the year after the Mint resumed its commercial proof set offerings. Few survivors have been seen with deep cameo contrast, and coins in extremely high grade tend to have brilliant surfaces. This magnificent plus graded PR68 specimen displays vivid shades of burnt orange, violet, and cobalt blue toning over sharply detailed design elements and deeply reflective fields that contrast dramatically with the frosty devices. The stunning cameo effect is most unusual with richly toned coins. Eye appeal is tremendous, to match the unparalleled technical quality. It ended up selling for $17,625. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the world of rare Roosevelt dimes. Check your change, sift through your collection, and who knows what treasures you might find. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin discoveries. Happy collecting, and may your change be filled with unexpected wealth. Until next time, see you in the next video. Unlocking wealth has always been a quest for those with a keen eye for hidden treasures. Today, we embark on a journey into the world of numismatics, where rare coins hold the key to substantial premiums. Get ready to dive into the fascinating realm of coin collecting, where history, rarity, and value converge to open doors to wealth. Subscribe. Number 8. 1967 Washington Quarter. Graded in Mint State 68 by NGC. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of December 2023, a Washington quarter from 1967 in circulated condition is worth between 30 cents and 85 cents. However, on the open market 1967 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $6,250. This MS-68 specimen displays essentially perfect surfaces with a solid strike on the devices. It was sold for $1,500. Number 7. 1966 Kennedy Half Dollar. Graded in Mint State 67 by PCGS. According to Grading Service, this is the second year that the Mint struck silver-clad Kennedy Half Dollars for circulation. The Mint struck silver-clad Kennedy Half Dollars from 1965 to 1970. The 1966 P Kennedy Half Dollar has the second lowest mintage for any silver-clad half dollar struck for circulation from 1965 to 1970. The 1966 P Kennedy Half Dollar appears to be common in grades up to MS64. In MS65 it becomes a bit tough with several hundred graded in this condition. In MS66, it is a bit scarce with possibly less than 200 examples known in this condition. In MS67 they become really scarce. This one was sold for $1,620. Number 6. 1959 Washington Quarter. Graded in Mint State 67 plus by NGC. According to Heritage Auctions, the 1959 D Washington Quarter is plentiful in most grades but becomes scarce at the superb gem level. This is a rare plus graded piece, ideal for registry purposes. Satiny luster shows no distractions. Ivory white luster characterizes most of each side, although rich amber toning in the margins accentuates the eye appeal. It was sold for $1,860. Number 5. 1960 D Small Date Lincoln Cent. Graded in Mint State 67 plus red by PCGS. According to Heritage Auctions, the 1960 D Small Date Lincoln Cent is very common, well over 1.5 billion coins were struck. Examples in MS65 condition or lower can be easily obtained. In MS66 condition they carry a small premium but can be acquired fairly easy. MS67 condition is much tougher as there are less than 100 examples known. Any example in MS67 condition or higher is a tough and very nice coin for the issue. This specimen was sold for $2,280. Number 4. 1968 D Double Die Reverse Cent. Graded in Mint State 66 plus red by PCGS. According to Wexler's Die Varieties, a very strong CW spread from a pivot at approximately 7 o'clock shows on the letters of USA, IPU, the dots, the designer's initials, and the letters of cent. This Lincoln cent displays vibrant mint luster with slight amount of distractions. Eye appeal is pleasing. It was sold for $2,880. Number 3. 1965 Lincoln Cent. Graded in Mint State 67 plus red by PCGS. The 1965 Lincoln Cent claims a substantial mintage of nearly 1.5 billion pieces, But the issue is definitely rare at the MS67 grade level, with a red designation. This plus graded superb gem offers virtually flawless original red surfaces, with vibrant mint luster and sharply detailed design elements throughout. Eye appeal is terrific. It ended up selling for $4,080. Number 2. 1959 Lincoln Cent. Graded in mint state 67 plus red by PCGS. Pumpkin gold color and uninhibited mint luster blend over each side of this plus graded superb gem, which ranks among the finest at both services. A couple of microscopic ticks on the columns of the Lincoln Memorial, unseen without magnification, prevent an even higher grade. It was sold for $4,320. Number 1. 1965 Roosevelt dime struck on a silver planchet. Graded in mint state 62 by NGC. Transitional alloy error. The U.S. Mint transitioned to clad dimes during 1965. Silver dimes continued to be struck to use up the remaining stock, but those coins were intended to be produced on 1,964 dated dies. But Murphy's Law ensured some silver dime planchets were struck with 1965 dies. Our online archives show 8 prior auction appearances. This is an unblemished example with light straw gold toning save for a small area of powder blue patina near 3 o'clock on the reverse. It was sold for $14,400. Thanks for joining us on this thrilling quest for wealth. Until next time, happy hunting. Hello viewers. Welcome back to another exciting episode of our Error Coins series presented to you by COİN. Today, we're delving into the captivating world of wrong planchet or off-metal error coins. For budding collectors, understanding these unique anomalies can add an extra layer of thrill to your numismatic journey. So, let's dive right in. First things first, what exactly is a wrong planchet or off-metal error coin? Well, in the fascinating realm of coin minting, sometimes things don't go as planned. Instead of being struck on the intended metal planchet, a coin might find itself on an entirely different one. This results in a mesmerizing and often rare error that collectors eagerly seek. But how can you spot these elusive coins? Keep a keen eye out for coins that appear unusual in color, weight, or even sound. A wrong planchet coin might exhibit a color inconsistent with its usual composition, feel lighter or heavier than expected, or produce a distinct sound when dropped. These subtle cues could lead you to a hidden treasure in your collection. Now, let's explore several popular and valuable off-metal error coins in U.S. coinage, each with its own unique story and allure. 1943 Bronze Penny. 1943 Bronze Lincoln Cent is probably the most famous and sought-after error coin of all time. The copper used for coining bronze cents was needed for the manufacture of munitions during World War II, and all Lincoln cents were supposed to be struck on zinc-coated steel planchets. As fate would have it, some of the old bronze planchets remained stuck in the tote bins used to feed the coin presses at the end of 1942. When coinage began in 1943, this handful of bronze planchets became dislodged and fed into the presses, along with millions of the regular issue steel planchets, creating this mysterious mint error. This error penny ended up selling for $336,000. 1944 Steel Cent. The 1944 steel penny is a U.S. coin minted during World War II. To conserve copper for the war effort, the U.S. Mint struck pennies on zinc-coated steel planchets in 1943. Due to public preference for the traditional copper penny, the Mint reverted to copper in 1944. However, some leftover steel planchets were used, resulting in a small number of 1944 steel pennies. This MS66 graded 1944 S error cent ended up selling for $408,000. 1965 Washington quarter struck on a silver planchet. Graded as AU58 by PCGS. AU standing for about uncirculated according to coin grading scale. A transitional alloy wrong planchet error, similar to the more famous 1943 bronze Lincoln cent. In 1965 and early 1966, quarters were struck in both silver and copper nickel format. The silver quarters were dated 1964, and the copper nickel quarters were dated 1965. Inevitably, a few of the planchets were diverted to unintended dies, such as the present piece. It was sold for $14,687.50. This is 1942 Jefferson nickel struck on a silver alloy planchet. The 1942 Jefferson nickel struck on a silver alloy planchet is valuable due to a wartime mix-up. Some were struck on the intended copper nickel planchet even after the mint switched to a 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese composition. The rarity of this error, resulting from the transitional period, makes it sought after by collectors. The silver content and historical significance contribute to its value. This Type II specimen was sold for $9,987.50. Wrong planchet and off-metal error coins are not just mistakes, they're windows into the fascinating history of coin minting. Happy collecting, and God's will, until next time, may your collections be ever growing. Hello everyone. Welcome back to COİN Oz. Today, we're diving into the world of rare coins that could potentially pave the way for an early retirement. Imagine stumbling upon one of these gems in your pocket change. Let's kick off our list with number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have the 1964 SMS Kennedy half dollar. Now, SMS stands for Special Mint Set, and these coins were not originally intended for circulation. They were specially struck for collectors, making them quite rare. In top-notch condition, these coins can fetch a hefty sum at prestigious auctions. According to Heritage Auctions, there has been much debate regarding whether or not these coins were originally issued in special sets, since they were never in any form of special mint packaging, and official special mint sets were not issued until 1965. Sets of 1964 coins, including special strikes of the cent through half dollar, first began appearing in stacked sales in the early 1990s. It is believed that most of those sets came from New York coin dealer Lester Merkin. The 1964 SMS Kennedy half dollar is struck on a 90% silver planchet, from a single pair of dies, showing much sharper detail than the regular issue and having a satiny surface texture. Die markers include, on the obverse, a tiny apostrophe-shaped lump of extra metal protruding from the bottom edge of the crosslet of the 4 in the date. This SP67 graded specimen was sold for $108,000. Moving on to number 4, we have the 1969's Lincoln cent with double die obverse. Now, double die coins are a result of a rare minting error that creates a distinct doubling effect on certain elements of the coin's design. The doubling on this variety is very dramatic, fully matching the spectacular appearance of the well-known 1955 and 1972 double die obverse varieties, but in the case of the 1969S, perhaps 100 times rarer. This MS64 red specimen with CAC approval fetched a sum of $126,000. Next up at number 3 is the 1922 high-relief matte piece dollar. What sets this coin apart is its unique matte finish and high-relief design. The piece dollar series is already prized among collectors, but the 1922 variant with its distinct features takes rarity to a whole new level. This coin is a true beauty and a valuable addition to any collection. This is PR67 specimen graded by NGC. The striking details are needle sharp and the immaculate surfaces are free of hairlines, shiny spots, or abrasions. A small, round planchet flake between R and T of Liberty along the obverse border that assures the pedigree of this outstanding piece. It was sold for $329,000. Claiming the second spot is the 1958 Lincoln cent with double die obverse. Another instance of the fascinating double die phenomenon, this coin showcases a clear doubling of the obverse design. Such anomalies are like winning the numismatic lottery, and collectors are willing to pay a huge premium to add these rarities to their collections. An intriguing variety and exceedingly rare coin that stands tall among the highlights in the present collection. Indeed, this is one of the most significant Lincoln cents of any variety showcased by Stax Bowers. The spread to the doubling is wide and pronounced on the letters in the word Liberty and the motto In God We Trust. Less pronounced doubling is also evident on the digits in the date, particularly the 8. This MS64 red specimen was sold for $336,000. And now, our number 1 rare coin that could potentially set you on the path to early retirement, the 1975 Nose Roosevelt dime. The absence of this mint mark, indicating production at the San Francisco Mint, was a minting error that occurred in a limited quantity of dimes. Owning one of these can be like holding a treasure, as they are highly sought after by numismatists. Listed in first place in the 3rd edition of the 100 Greatest U.S. Modern Coins, the 1975 No S Proof Roosevelt dime is one of the rarest issues in all of American coinage. This coin showcase at Heritage Auctions is a stunning PR68 example, with fully struck design elements and deeply reflective fields on both sides. The virtually pristine surfaces are blanketed in attractive shades of cerulean blue and pale jade toning. Overall eye appeal is terrific. It fetched a sum of $456,000 in 2019. There you have it, folks, 5 rare coins that could turn your pocket change into a ticket to retirement. Remember, finding one of these gems is like discovering a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting content. God willing, see you in the next video. Hey fellow coin enthusiasts. Welcome back to Coin Oz. Today, we're delving into the world of numismatic rarities, 4 super rare coins that have the potential to turn your collection into a gold mine, even in circulated condition. So, buckle up, and let's explore these hidden gems. But before we dive into these hidden treasures, very quick reminder. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so you never miss out on our numismatic adventures. Let's get started. Number 4. 1916 Buffalo Nickel with double die obverse. Graded as XF40 by PCGS. XF is a designation standing for extremely fine among circulated coins. According to Heritage Auctions, the date and the Indian's feathers show prominent die doubling on this famous variety that has enjoyed a guidebook listing for several decades since the late 1970s. In the Complete Guide to Buffalo Nickels, David Longy reports that the earliest published description of this variety appeared in the July 1962 issue of Numismatic Scrapbook magazine. Few examples survived in high grades due to the passage of so much time from minting to publication, unlike other varieties, such as the 1955 double die cent, that were discovered almost immediately. Number 3. 1969 S Lincoln cent with double die obverse. Graded as AU55 by PCGS. AU standing for about uncirculated. The 1969 S double die was discovered shortly after its release, yet today's specimens remain highly elusive. The bold die doubling in places is nearly as dramatic as that on its cousin, the 1955 double die, an error coin that is nonetheless far more available. While the digits of the 1955 double die are more widely separated, the letters near the rim of the 1969 S double die are separated by nearly a half-letter width that "In God We Trust." The digits of the date and Liberty are also widely doubled, although not in so extreme a fashion as the 1955 double die. This is an extremely attractive coin, with even, reddish-brown coloration on both sides. A tick at the top of Lincoln's hair and one on the beard are the only mentionable contact on the obverse. It ended up selling for $37,375. Number 2. 1930 S Double Eagle. Graded as about good by PCGS. The 1930 S is among the great melt rarities of the late St. Gaudens Double Eagle series. Roger Burdett ranks this issue as the third rarest in the entire series, with an extant population of only about 75 coins. This issue did not circulate, and the only examples surviving are those that were acquired directly from the mint cashier or were left over from the annual assay. The majority of the 74,000 pieces struck were melted in the 1930s. This rare specimen fetched a sum of $44,400. Number 1. 1943 S Bronze Lincoln cent. Famous wartime wrong planchet error coins. The surfaces are a light medium tan, boasting excellent luster remaining throughout both sides despite a touch of circulation wear and some scattered detritus in the device crevices that actually serves to confirm this AU58 piece's original, unclean status. A diagonal, northwest to southeast, scrape through Lincoln's eye ends in the right obverse field. Obvious die polishing lines run north-northeast through the right obverse field. Bits of dark material appear in the upper loops of the 9 and 3, in the lower loop of the S mint mark, and at the upper obverse rim above the motto. It was sold for $282,000. As we wrap up our journey through these super rare coins, remember that the world of numismatics is full of exciting discoveries. If you enjoyed this video and want more coin-related content, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow collectors, and don't forget to subscribe for more coin-tastic adventures. God's willing, see you later.